Salutations in the Lord Jesus Christ, guys. Let me cut this fan off. I had a little adventure a while ago. I'm going to share with you in a little bit. I went looking for some hogs, and I'll explain that in the video, but I meant to answer this question a while back, and I didn't. I made a video not too long ago about back sharpening broadheads. And what I mean by that, like today, this is the bow I was hunting with today. Simmons head, but if you look really close, you'll see that this has been sharpened right here. This part of the broadhead is just as sharp as that part. And the reason being, I had an old timer years ago, a dear friend that's went on to his reward. It taught me a lot of stuff, and that was one of them, and it just made sense. He was shooting a bighorn, about a 45-pound bighorn bow, and the whole idea behind that is if you don't get a complete pass through, if the arrow stays inside the animal, it keeps on working for you. It just makes sense. And most people are not going to do this because it's a little labor involved. But those of you that are interested in it, how you do that? Well, I take a Dremel tube and I get my bevel, and it's kind of easy to do. If you watch this bevel on the front, you can just go around the corner and keep that same bevel, and I work it down. But then I got something else over here that most of you may not have, but I'll show it to you, share it with you. Here, let me get this thing to where the camera can see it. I bought it from Alaska Bow Hunting Supply 20 million years ago. Matter of fact, I don't even know if they're still in business. They made some broadheads, really heavy arrows for hunting Alaska and Africa. And of course, it was during the days of aluminum arrows. But it's basically, it was a 6-inch grinder, and the kit that you get from them has these paper wheels. Now, I've got this thing backwards because you don't want this thing turning when you're trying to sharpen a broadhead or a knife or something. And then, by the way, it's great for sharpening knives too. But I'll show you. Now, once I take that Dremel, and you can do it with a file and get that bevel, I'll come over here, cut this baby on, and I'll show you. Basically, all you're doing is just polishing that head, and it don't take much. It don't take much at all. And you could, if you don't have one of these in your shop, you could do this same thing with a Dremel if you get the right bit. You say, well, Ed, is it necessary to do that? No, it ain't necessary to do that. It is necessary to have a sharp broadhead. That's basically what you do. And now that baby right there is just as sharp as the main cutter blade right here. I got Zwicky. I got some old bear heads, and now I've done the same way. But back sharpening, and you'll never be sorry you did. But okay, bless the Lord, I got to go out and enjoy a lot of his. Well, we was in pig sign. 5 deer, I think, but no pigs. But fresh, I'm talking about still steaming. And I'll tell you why I went to this woodlot in some of the video I take for you, just to share the hunt with you. But it's hot, it's 92 degrees, and humidity is 145%. But to tell you what, it's worth it. Bless the Lord. He loves you. I love you too. Stick around and share a few more little video clips with you. Love you. Bye. Good afternoon. My house It's about 150, 200 yards that way. In front of my house is a pecan orchard. And my wife was out walking this morning about 6:45 and 7 or 8 hogs. And she said one of them was a buster with the hair on his back and the big long head. And they ran across the pecan orchard into this woodlot. So that's why I'm here. The oopsie on it was just after she saw him, the farmer shows up with a mower and a tractor and has been mowing that orchard. And it was pretty grown up, but either way, I'm hoping in this woodlot there's some water. And way back there's another big wet spot, stays wet almost year round. So I'm gonna ease in here and see if we can find that group of pigs or figure out what these group of pigs are doing. So come go with me. One thing I want to point out is it's 2 o'clock probably, and I try to play that to my advantage, and here's why. The sun is overhead. There's not a cloud in the sky today. Okay, the shadows from the sun being to the west or to the east are long, and you can't see as well. For instance, if a critter was laid up in here with the sun directly overhead, you can just see better. I can't explain it any better than that, but you can see better. And I also think it helps with movements on my part. But if you look at this video, you'll see what I'm saying. The only light is like right down on the ground. always eyeball alongside a log. Okay, below. It was all fresh sign. A couple of them 3 or 4 days old because the mud had kind of crusted a little bit. And that area over there is where we were working. And this is a drain ditch that separates 2 pastures. And they look like this. They've been neglected for about 2 years. And it's hard to hunt this open ground. but it's getting dry and wet areas are gonna be good. But I'm at the end of the property line, so I'm gonna cut it off and head back home. And my phone's been about to jump out of my pocket, so I'll get to them guys later. But either way, we'll be back. This is good. This is good. Enjoyed having you with me. How many of y'all ever tried to walk the rail on the railroad track? Oh, hope you had a happy childhood doing such, man. Let's go home.